like it to be a little higher. There we go. Okay, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's a little get ready with me because I am getting ready for my day and I'll just have a little chit chat with you guys as I get ready. The look that I'm going to do today, I want to use some of my Fenty products that you've seen me use before, but I'm doing like a slightly different thing that I did in the other get readies. When I use the same product, what I'm trying to say is I've used the same product before on my channel, but in the other get ready with me's, I do a slightly different look. So that's what's happening. I'm just popping on my Anastasia foundation. I use 3 pumps when I use a brush because I like full coverage. But you might be a more light coverage person and prefer less pumps. You know, sometimes just 1 pump does it. But no, I'm a full coverage lady most of the time. So 3 pumps for me. I always feel like when I use a brush, I also use synthetic brushes, so it doesn't really absorb as much of the product, so I can get more coverage on the face. But if I was to use 3 pumps and use a sponge, for example, I feel like it wouldn't give me the same amount of coverage. So when I use a sponge, I'm like pump, 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 pump. I'm like pumping it out. Anyway, I'm just popping this all over the face with this flat brush. This is called the Tapered foundation brush, and it's from Real Techniques. Also, this is like really random, but I changed out my earrings lately. I got these earrings years and years ago from my parents. I want to say for like maybe a birthday or a Christmas or something when I was a teenager, like a long time ago when I first got my ears pierced. So maybe when I was like 16-ish, 17-ish. And I just like never wore them for some reason, and I put them on recently and I was like, I love these, they're so cute. And I've been like sleeping in them and wearing them and just not taking them off because they're like so small and like dainty. They're just like the tiniest little hoops. I'm not sure what material they are. I think they're white gold. I'm not gonna pull them off to check, but yeah, they've just been like really comfortable, easy to wear earrings, and I've just left them in, and they've been working out for me. They're just so like, I don't know. I've been in a hoops mood, but like for the little dainty, easy kind of hoops rather than like the big hoops that I usually go for. Anyway, I'd say that's about good for my foundation. Still concealer. I'm gonna go in with this one. This is the Multitasker concealer, and this one is from Rimmel. It's just a good, affordable drugstore concealer. I just kind of do 2 dots. This has a really nice, giant doe foot applicator. It's a really good, comfy, soft one. And what I do is I do 2 dots, like right at the center there, and I grab the brush that I used for my foundation, and I kind of drag it up like the TikTok people do, and then I take the extra next to my nose, and then I just like blend this whole area together and out and up. And it kind of gives me that like lifted, concealed under eye that I'm going for. And that concealer is quite brightening as well because mine's in the shade 20 Fair, which is quite like light on my skin tone. I feel like it's very like bright. I'm just gonna blend that up and then we'll go with some powder. I've been using a new powder recently because I finished my old powder. It's really been working out for me. I'll show you when I use it. But it's got like a really cool dispenser. I don't know, I've never had a dispenser like this before. I'll show you what I mean. So this is the powder I've been using. It's from Nude by Nature, and it is the Mineral Finishing Veil Translucent Loose Finishing Powder in the shade 01 Natural. So it's just like a translucent setting powder. They have different shades of translucent setting powder, which sounds weird, but they have ones for like different undertones, different skin tones, and like stuff like that. I just have 01 Natural because it works for me. And this is what the little thing looks like. So it's kind of got like this fabric sieve over here. Can you see what I mean? And it just kind of like the powder comes out from inside there. It's really cool. I like the way the dispenser works on this. I think it's really cool. I'm just going in with this duo fiber brush from Real Techniques and mainly setting my eyes in like the center of my face, but then I like take the extra powder on my brush to like the parameters of my face and just like add a little blending. So I go in the middle and like focus on the middle first, and then I like take the extra that's still on my brush and just take it to the edges of my face as well, just so that I'm like totally set everywhere. I didn't really pack it on today. Like I didn't like bake or anything, just because I don't really care. Okay, next let's go in with some bronzer. Now the bronzer I've been using for ages is the L'Oreal Wild Bronze Glow. There's barely anything left in it. As you can see, I'm nearly all like cleared out, so I don't want to hold it up because I have like these little crumbles at the bottom and I don't want them to all fall out. The brush that I've been using for bronzer recently is actually from KKW Beauty, and I'm obsessed with it. I don't know, when I first got it, I used it a couple times and I was like, oh, it's good. It's like I didn't like get obsessed with it, but recently I've been really into this brush. It's just like a really easy to use and very soft brush, and I like the slight angle that it has. I don't know if you can tell, but it's like kind of like a flat buffing style brush, which is a bit different because for bronzer, typically I go for something like fluffier like this, or something even like this kind of style. But I've been really into this brush recently. It kind of has a bit of an angle, so you can kind of like really sculpt in there, and it's just such a beautiful soft brush. I'm not sure if KKW Beauty still has this on the website, because as you know, they're kind of like rebranding right now. But if they ever bring this brush back, I totally recommend picking it up and trying it out, because in a second I'll use the blush side too. It's a really good brush. You could also use the this side for like highlight if you wanted. I've just been using it for bronzer and blushing, like as a little combo, but it's a really nice brush, and I'm sure it would work for cream products as well. I've been using it for powder products just because I've been using powder bronzer recently, but if you were a cream bronzer fan, I feel like this brush would also work for different formulas of bronzer as well, like creams, liquids, and powders. Yeah, I feel like it would work for liquids as well. I don't know, I'm not a big liquid bronzer user though. I'm more of a cream and powder. So anyway, I'm just bronzing at the parameters of my forehead. I have been super busy recently. I'll tell you guys about it. So I just have like a lot, I don't say a lot on my plate because it's not like I'm like living the craziest life. But like, I just feel like I have a lot going on. It's like the time of the year, or the time of the semester really, where things like quite piling up. I have like an assignment due next week. I have an exam next week. I also have like a certificate due next week. I also have a certificate due tomorrow. Just like little bits and bobs, but it's like a lot of bits and bobs that are still piling up. Someone said, do you still do cheer? Well, I was just about to talk about that. I still do cheer. I haven't been vlogging it just because it's still the beginning of the season, and like I don't feel like vlogging at this point, but definitely further on into the season I'll be like vlogging cheer practices, and I'll definitely vlog like cheer comps and stuff like that. But yes, the cheer season is underway, and as you may know, I'm the president of my cheer team, and so that's the other thing that's on my plate right now, is like organizing things for the cheer team, you know, getting uniforms rolling, I don't know, like little bits and bobs here and there, just organizing and getting things together. It's all kind of like coming at once, you know. I've got all like my studying related stuff happening, plus all of like my organizing for cheer related stuff happening, and I also have a placement coming up, which I haven't mentioned to you guys, but as you know, as a nursing student, I go on placements where I go and practice my clinical skills on ward, and I have another placement coming up soonish, this month in May. I have another one that I start, which is like a whole other thing, because like there's a lot of things that you got to do before a placement just so that you're prepared and like confident, and also from like a certificates and like compliance standpoint, there's like a lot of things that you have to be prepared for. So just getting those little bits and pieces together for all these like random little things that I'm doing, like, you know, studying, plus the placement that I'm about to go on for my studying, plus like the cheer things that I need to get organized. It's like, I feel like it's all happening at once. But if I push through these next 2 weeks and I just hit my goals, get the things done on those due dates and get it all in, I should be fine. I don't know. I'm like, it could be fine and I just get it all done and it's all right. Or I could be this far away from it all falls apart, I had nothing in and everything gets done late and it all becomes a mess. So I hope that doesn't happen. And it shouldn't, it doesn't. It'll be fine. I'm just like, I hope it works out, but it will. I just gotta trust myself and keep up with myself. Okay, so that's my blush done. By the way, the blush that I use, I didn't even tell you guys, is from Kylie Cosmetics. It's broken, which is why I don't hold it up properly. So much of my makeup's broken right now because I'm like kind of towards the end of products and bits and bobs like that. So this is in the shade Pink Dreams from her old formula. She's actually reformulated this blush. And yeah, now it's out, but like in a different packaging. It's like slightly different. It's not that different. Okay, I actually realized after putting on that blush that I was on autopilot because I was just chatting with you guys, and then I'm not really doing what I was like plotting this makeup to be. Okay, I'm gonna take this makeup in a different direction. I thought I was gonna do a Fenty look today, but I'm not going to now. Now I'm gonna do something different actually. This is a look that I've been doing a lot recently, and I've been wanting to share it with you guys, so today is a good day that I can share it. I've kind of been doing a different style of eye makeup a lot recently. So let's do that today. First of all, I need to put a little bit of bronzer on my lid. I like to just bronze up the lid when I do this look. It just starts it off right. It also gives a little bit of shape, dimension, structure to the crease and to the brow bone, because it kind of gives that bit of contrast and sculpt. And with that same brush, it's just like a concealer brush from Real Techniques. I'm also going to take a little bit of bronzer and also bronze my nose just so that it's as bronzed and in line with the rest of what I've got going on. There we go. Okay, cute. Now I'm going to go in with some eyeshadow, and what I'm going to use is the ColourPop Zodiac palette in the shade, in this is the Big Leo Energy palette from ColourPop. It's like a little pressed powder palette with a little quad of shadows in there, and it's a really, really nice pigmented formula. I'm really into it. I'm going to be grabbing this Morphe M165 brush, which I'm a big fan of. It's just like a great little brow brush, but I've been using it for eyeshadow recently, and I'll show you why. So what I do is I grab a little bit of the matte brown shade. It's kind of like a warm matte brown, and I just smoke it as though I'm doing a wing liner with it. And so I just take that along the lash line and wing it out. Just like that. I hope you can see. Yeah, you can. And this doesn't have to be neat or perfect because this is like a more smoky, smudgy look. But I'm just laying down that initial color there with the first matte brown shade. Oh, I should tell you what the shade is called. I think it's called Warm-Hearted or Charisma. The two shades I'm going to be using today from this palette are the two matte shades down here, and they're called Warm-Hearted and Charisma. So the next eye, just taking that wing out and then also patting that along my lash line. So I really get into my lash line with the brush and just kind of pat that eyeshadow through the lash line there just to fill it in all the way to the front of the eye. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just doing like a approximate wing. And at this point, like I always like use my fingers just to blend the outside part so it like goes the way I want it to. Okay, that's looking fine. Now I'm going to go in with the dark matte brown shade, and I'm going to blend a little bit just with this brush that I used earlier, just to kind of fluff out the edges, just so it's a little bit more smudgy. And then I'm taking this darker brown shade and just packing that on top, but slightly smaller, just so that the golden brown that we used earlier is like a little bit of a halo around it. And this is like the smoky eye that I've been doing recently. It's kind of different to my usual smoky eye because I feel like I've been doing a similar like faux cut crease kind of situation with the like highlight on the mobile lid, you know, all that. I've been doing that for years, and so I've been really enjoying switching this up recently because it's just like a little bit of a different look for me. And now that my brush is dirty, what I do with the dirty brush is I just drag that along the outer third of my lower lash line and just connect it up so it's like one smoky like little outer corner there. And then I just do the same on the other eye. It's really easy. And then this is like a great base to start with if I want to add like for a going out kind of look. I could add any shimmer to the front of the eye, and it's just like a shimmery focused eye with like the smoky, sultry kind of smudgy wing. And I've been wearing this heaps. I wore this last night. I wore it the night out before. Like every time I go somewhere, this has been my go-to look. So probably better that I didn't do that Fenty look in the end and showed you guys this look that I've been really feeling. I feel like, see how in the middle of my eye there it's like getting too high? It's just eyeshadow, so I'm just gonna blend it down until it kind of like buffs into just like smudginess again. This is not like a very perfect look. It's not like a very finesse, neat kind of thing. It's just more of like a smudgy kind of vibe. So I'm not stressed about it looking like perfect or anything because I'm going to blend it a little bit in a sec anyway. Taking that onto my lower lash line, and I'm using my finger just to smudge it under my lower lash line so it's a little bit more like feathered down there. Okay, so that's about all the pigment I would like to add and the depth that I would like this to have. Now I'm going to grab another little angled brush. I don't know what this is called. It also has been run over. Can you see how it's like flat? I don't know what happened to this brush, but I'm going to grab this brush and just kind of run it over the small area that that liner takes up, just to smudge it out a little more and just to make sure it's like feathered and smoky the way I want it to be and like all blended together. And yeah, that's literally it that I've been doing for my eyes recently. It's really easy. I will do some highlight, and then I'll just do highlight on my lid and show you guys like how that's been going for me. Actually, should I use this palette? Yeah, let's use the other shades in this palette. I'm going to mix these two shades. The top two shades are called A Star Is Born and Center Stage. So one of them is beautiful gold and one of them is like a rose gold. It's like a gold with a, it's like a pink with a gold reflect through it. They're both really beautiful. I'm going to mix them both together so I get this like orangey, golden, pinky kind of shade. I'm just going to grab that on my finger and then pop that directly onto the lid with my finger. And see how it just like, it's still, the focus is still that smudginess, but there's just like this subtle, kind of like casual glow that's going on the lid, and it's super fun. I've been really into that. So again, I'm just going to go in with my finger and grab both colors, kind of mixing them together. Does that look like the same? Yep. And then I'm just going to pop that again onto the lid, just like blending that over the whole thing. This doesn't have to be perfect at this stage. I'll grab another brush just to like blend it together in a sec, but this is just to get that initial color down. And I take this up quite high, you know, I'm not focusing this in any specific area. I just like buff it around everywhere. So I'm grabbing this little angled brush from Bling Boutique. No, it's called Blinged Brushes, sorry. This is the E1 brush, so the eyes #1 brush. And I just smudge out the edges, just so they're a little blended and stuff. Don't want any harsh lines in this shimmer part. And that's literally what I'll do for the eyes today. And that's like my go-to look recently. It's so easy. It's just like a smoky, shimmery kind of sultry eyeliner kind of vibe. Anyway, let's do a little bit of highlight and wrap this together. The highlight that I've been using recently is, of course, the Dose of Colors I Love Sarah He collection, and mine is almost all gone. I'm really hoping to use up this highlighter by my next project pan, and I think I'm on the right track. I should have used it up by that project pan. I'm really excited to be finished with it because even though it's a really nice highlighter, I've just been working on it, and I've been working hard on like panning it for so long. So I'm just excited for it to be like another like used up highlighter, another accomplishment in my panning journey. Anyway, I'm just using a contouring brush from Real Techniques. It's kind of like this. You can use this for also like bronzing, like it's a really good like sculpting brush for bronzing, but I've been using it for highlight recently because it's like a great big like kind of circular shape dome, I guess. So I'm just taking this on the high points of the face, the cheekbones of course, and then I also take this kind of up into like a C motion onto the top of the forehead here. I don't highlight in the center of the forehead. I kind of highlight on the two sides above the brow arch, where the arch of the brow is the highest. I kind of go upwards from there and highlight that, and I feel like that is like the shape that I want to give my forehead, if that makes any sense. And then I also like to go in with like a smaller detailer brush. So this one is just like a random brush from the Morphe Madison Beer collection. See how it's like a little bit smaller, and I just grab a little bit of the highlight on that and drag it along my brow bone. Now, obviously, this is a very harsh line, so I then go in again with that blending brush and just kind of like smooth it out. But it keeps that intensity on the brow bone that I like, and then by blending it after, it kind of gives it the buffed, blended look that I want. Okay, let's go a little bit down the center of the nose as well. I just kind of draw a line down the center of the nose to highlight. And then I also do my Cupid's bow, easy peasy. And then also, let's do a little inner corner highlight. Nothing too crazy, just a little bit. And I'll take it along the front here a little bit. I really like the way of like highlighting up to here. Something else I do actually, and I'll do it today, is sometimes I like to take the shimmer that I used on the lid and take a little bit of it underneath the eye. So see how the outer third is the smudgy liner, the inner third is the inner corner highlight, the center third can be the shimmer. I feel like that's going to be what I'm going for. And it just adds a little bit of like, I don't know, shimmer underneath the eye. I'm not a huge fan of like a lot of smoke under the eye. Just for me, recently, I've like tried it previously and I don't know, I just like, not what I'm going for recently. But I have been really feeling shimmer under the eye recently. So I'll do that today. Just like, it kind of ties in with like what you've got on the like top of the lid. It just kind of pulls everything together, I feel. So just getting it on my finger and just rubbing a little bit underneath, just on that center third. Cool. And then I'm just going to blend that with that same E1 brush as I used earlier. This doesn't have to be like perfect. Like, see how it kind of blends into the front of the inner corner highlight, kind of blends into the side, into the smudgy eyeliner part. It's just a little like golden, just to tie it all in together. I'm really happy with the way that's looking, and I'm going to go in with my brows next. For brows recently, I've been using the Brow from Benefit. It's just a really nice brow pomade, and I like the packaging because the brush is built into the top, so it's really easy to like have a brush always with you. One thing that I have been really into recently is using a brow gel, but recently I've misplaced my Colourpop Boss Brow gel, so I'm going to use a different one today that I haven't been using as much, but it is also good. So So I just draw on the tails of my brows first. I redid my brows recently. I like to shave off parts of my brow. I know it's just faster than plucking, and even though it grows back faster, it means I can change up my brow look faster if I want to like shave off more one time or shave off less. It's just like a little bit like easier for me as well. So I recently redid my brows and so I'm feeling really good about them because I just freshly like shaved them so they're freshly in shape. I just did that this morning. I'm really happy about it. Shave them all off. Riley, I bleached them, but you weren't in my life when I bleached them. I really liked bleaching my brows. I felt like it was a strong look. Not everyone in my life was vibing the bleached brows, but I was. I felt like a little bit of an alien, but like in the best way. I would shave them off, but maybe not right now. I feel like my hair is boring, and so like if I had no brows, it wouldn't match with the rest of my hair. Maybe if I like dye my hair later in life or something, I'd shave them all off. Okay. I'm just feathering out the front of the brow so it's a little bit more filled in because this is the brow I feel like I've been struggling the most with recently. This irritable left brow is like not it. So I'm trying to like improve it, but it's not really working for me, but that's fine. Okay, fine. It's good enough. Let's do that brow gel that I've been telling you about. So I've been using this one from Benefit recently. I feel like Benefit has really good brow product. Wait, I'm trying to get it out of my makeup bag, sorry. Let's just bring my whole makeup bag over. So this is my makeup bag, and I had a little gimme brow in here. So this is another Benefit product. So it's a Benefit gimme brow. It looks like this. This is a mini size. I keep the mini size in my like travel makeup bag because it's like easy. So what I do is I just brush up all of my brow hairs as though I'm doing the feathered brow look, and then I smooth them down because I don't look good in feathered brows in my opinion. So I just trace out the outline and flatten it all in again. And then they just stay like that, and it makes me happy. So, I used to not be a brow gel person, and recently I've been converted, and now I'm addicted to brow gel. It just changed the game for me. And then I flatten them all again. I feel like my left brow is a little flatter. The right one is like a little bit more arched. It is so good. I agree, Riley. It's a really good brow gel. This is the mini size, but I have the big size. But I don't know, I haven't opened the big size yet because I've been working through that ColourPop one. But if that ColourPop one doesn't turn up in my life again and I've really lost it for good, I'm going to have to open the big size, so whatever. Anyway, let's do some mascara. No, I have another mascara that I wanted to use. Where is it? Here. I know they look the same, but this one I've had open for longer, and I'm trying to use this one up before I really get into using this one. What I can do to see the difference is this one that I've been using has a silver bottom. It's really random. Okay, so this is the Heroin Make Volume and Curl Mascara Advanced Film. It's just like a really good mascara from, I believe, a Japanese brand, and it's literally my fave. Like, they make the best mascaras from this brand. And as someone who has trash lashes, this makes such a difference. So I just do that. I kind of want to use this mascara up, but I kind of don't because it's so good. But the reason I want to use it up is because I have that other one that's like literally so similar that I like also have open, and I hate having like two mascaras open at the same time. I try and like, as you can tell by like the way I do my makeup, I try and like work through one of my products at a time, even though I have like multiple going. I try and like finish one before starting the other or panning the other. This is the one I'm panning at the moment. I don't know, it's so good, and I like a like wet formula mascara. I just feel like it works for like my mascara preferences better. I just feel like this one hasn't dried out yet. It's still wet, so I keep using it because it's still nice and wet. When it gets too dry and it gets like difficult to drag through the lashes, that's when I kind of retire a mascara. I know you're supposed to do it every 3 months, and like I would recommend to do that because honestly it's like kind of gross to have a mascara for so long, but I'm just using it for personal use. So sometimes my mascaras last a little longer than 3 months in my life. I know, a little controversial. I think today I'm just going to do a little bit of lip gloss and say that's the look. So let me find some lip gloss and then we're going to say that's the look. Ooh, I should set my face actually with a bit of setting spray. So the setting spray I'm going to use is from Rimmel, and this is the hashtag Insta Fix and Go. It's a really nice one. It's kind of like got a bit of a fresh cucumber scent. Kind of reminds me of the Rimmel, the other stuff from the like Wake Up and Go line, even though it's from the Insta Fix and Go. It's like very fresh, like wake up in the morning and throw it on and you're refreshed. Like that's the whole kind of like vibe it gives. It's kind of a more dewy setting spray. So like if I was going out at night, like I don't necessarily always choose that one just because I don't want to get like too glowy, but like this is a day look, so like it's whatever. Also, I didn't plan this, but my top ended up matching my makeup. Sometimes I do plan that when I do these like little get ready with me videos where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna wear this particular look, so I'll wear this top so it like works out. But like I didn't plan that one today, so I was lucky. Okay, not mascara. The lip gloss I'm gonna use today is from Colourpop, and it is the Bambi lip gloss. This is actually such a good lip gloss. I think it's in their Luxe Lip formula. I don't know. There are so many good lip glosses that Colourpop has that I kind of want to buy, but I have so much lip gloss. I'm literally looking at a drawer full of lip gloss. Like, I don't need more lip gloss. But they have so many that, like, I would wear and that I'm into, but I need to, like, stop myself because, like, they're also tempting. But I have, like, lip gloss already that is good and works. I love the way this lip gloss applicator is. It's so, like, plush. And, wait, I'll put on a bit more so you can see. The applicator in the center, see how there's that little circle? That's like a little divot, so that it's like a little pocket that holds the lip gloss perfectly. I like the like texture of this on the lips as well. It's not like too slimy. You know when sometimes you do like, I got a lot on my lips right now, that's why I can see the streaks a little bit, but like it's not like really stringy or anything. It's not like sticky. It's very like a smooth lip gloss, and it feels very plush on the lips. I know that's like a weird way to describe a lip gloss, but it just feels like a very comfortable plush layer. Anyway, that is the completed look. I need to skedaddle because I have things to do, places to be, people to see. You know the game. You know the game. You know how it goes. Anyway, so that's completed look. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you next time. Pray for my busy 2 weeks I'm about to have. I'm sure it'll be fun. You'll see me get through it all. But I just might not be as active on here as well, though, as I focus on those other things. Just because, like, obviously that's like my stuff that I do. This is something I do more for like for fun. Anyway, catch you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.